Hello friends, welcome to FC lecture. We have taken a long break. After a long break we are continuing, and I am not starting with unit 2 but I am starting with unit 3 now, that is concept of disparity 2, in which we are going to cover caste system and inequalities caused by it and intergroup conflict. Now intergroup conflict are further subdivided. You can say we will consider 4 types of intergroup conflict, that is communalism, casteism, linguism and regionalism. But first of all we will move on to the caste system. Now see, this caste system is not new to India, and caste system is basically in Hindu society. Alright. Hindu society is divided into 4 major castes, that is Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Apart from this there exists the you can say subcaste also. Now in pre-independence period we know that the caste system prevailed there, and these the lower caste were called as untouchables. Or they were called as Dalit. They were upper caste used to enjoy all the privilege and right, whereas these untouchables and Dalits were deprived of this. So Article 17 of the Constitution speaks about the that is abolition of untouchability and practice of untouchability in any form should be forbidden. Now see, the Parliament took a serious action in 1955 and an act was passed, that is Untouchability Offence Act. Which was renamed in 1976 as Protection of Civil Rights Act. Now see, these untouchables were really lagging very behind, though there was much done by the government, and sustained effort of say Jyotiba Phule or Mahatma Gandhi and Veer Savarkar have you can say stopped these hostilities or declined the hostilities against the backward class. Now inequalities caused by the caste system. Now first one is inequality and social exclusion. Now they were not allowed to enter public places, and if anybody saw them in the morning time it was considered to be inauspicious. Even their shadow was considered to be inauspicious, and there prevailed a complete social inequality between the, you can say, upper caste and lower caste. Upper caste people enjoyed all the rights and privilege, whereas these people, backward class people, were denied. Then apart from social inequality there prevailed also the economic inequality. Why? And the people backward, that is lower caste people, were more, if we consider as below poverty line people. This was because they were working with in unorganized sector rather than organized sector. Then lower status to women. Women were given always the lower status if we talk in terms of say education or in terms of participation in that is rituals and so on. They were given a lower status, and it was a you can say tradition that a woman should get married before her puberty. Not only this, widow remarriages were not performed, and widow was confined to the house. She wasn't allowed to enter or she wasn't allowed to go to any place outside the house. Even she wasn't allowed to attend marriages or the auspicious occasions. Next is lower preference for the employment in private sector. Yes, the owners of the private company did not give preference to the, though lower caste people were literate, but they were not given preference in employment in private sector because of the preconceived notion of the you can say employer regarding their background, that they were from a lower background. Then lower status and unjust treatment. Really, there was very unjust treatment given to the lower class people. For example, dhobi was considered as lower caste because he used to wash dirty clothes. Sweeper was considered as lower caste because he used to sweep the roads and he used to do the menial job. Apart from that, mochi was also considered as untouchable because he used to work with leather and hides of dead animals. Lower literacy rate among lower caste. Obviously, there were many persons in the house, and these people were not allowed to go to the school. Rather than, the landlord used to call the children along with their parents to work in the field, and that is why there was illiteracy. Then caste as a barrier in social progress. Now see, the villagers used to do handicraft work and all those things. They use their old tools, and if they replace it by the modern technology, it was considered as sin. So they worked with their old technology, whereas no modernization would take place because of this social barrier. Then apart from this, the lower caste also had the larger size family, and hence because of the large size of family, they were not getting you can say good food to eat, and there was a wider gap or wider inequality between the upper caste and the lower caste, because in upper caste there were few members in the family, and so the daily expenditure was low in the upper caste, whereas it was higher in case of lower caste. Now then, measures to combat inequality and social exclusion. First of all, progressive public policies were adopted by the government. Apart from that, the public policies such as non-discriminatory policy, that is legal action would be taken against the discrimination. Then affirmative action, that is reservation of seats in various places, that is in political parties, not only that but in government jobs also. So these were the affirmative action taken. Then protection and promotion. For example, if I say protection, then end to, you can say, forced labor, that is a kind of protection, and promotion we can say allotment of land or houses to them, that was called as that was the promotion. Then introduction of fundamental rights and fundamental duties, where you need to protect the environment, you need to protect the people around you and all those things, and by that, apart from that, directive principle of state policy has also played a role. Then Article 21, life and liberty, this has also played a role in the upliftment of the untouchables. Then actually, due to poverty and due to lack of food, we can say, the backward class people did not send their children to the school. So government started with the midday meal scheme, where the children were given the noon meal so that they can study in the school, because they will get their food, and for that food they will come to school and they will take their primary education. So this was about the caste system and inequalities caused by it. In my next lecture, we will begin with the intergroup conflict. Thank you.